In the Western world, acupuncture is often viewed as a mystic sort of pseudo-medicine with no real effect. Yet, acupuncture was a system of healing that was developed in ancient China over 5,000 years ago and is still used in hospitals there today. As somebody who is studying to become a third-generation acupuncturist, I've both researched and been raised with acupuncture. In my speech today, I will offer you an overview of acupuncture and the theories behind it, which involve Taoism, anatomy and physiology, and five-element theory. Let us begin with its grounding in Taoism. Many people in ancient China were Taoists, including those who developed acupuncture. And Taoists believed that there was an energy, sort of life force, that flowed through all things and all people, called qi. And ideally, this qi was balanced within a person. In her 1994 book, Traditional Acupuncture, The Law of the Five Elements, Diane Connolly, a seasoned acupuncturist, wrote, "Harmony and balance is health. Then there is disharmony and imbalance. This is illness." So acupuncture was developed to help keep the qi flowing in a balanced way throughout the body and thus help stave off illness. Now the qi flows through meridians or energy pathways that are networked all over your anatomy. And along these meridians lie different points. Whenever these acupuncture points are stimulated with an extremely fine needle, it encourages the proper flow of qi and thus helps maintain the system of balance within your body. In addition to Taoism, acupuncture involves very intimate knowledge of body structure and function, and therefore anatomy and physiology is key. So these meridians, these energy pathways, and their points, they all lie just off of the bone. So in order to identify the 361 of them that span all across your body, one must have an intimate knowledge of the landmarks, like foramens, and the muscles in your body. So the 12 meridians are also associated with different officials or organs. And whenever one wants to treat a symptom, one can target a certain official or a certain organ. Only one must know where the problem is arising in order to do that. So an example would be PMS, which is a very complex issue with many possible causes. One could reason that since the liver metabolizes estrogen and an excess of estrogen can lead to severe PMS, the energy is not balanced within the liver, and one can target the liver meridian. Unlike Western medicine, however, anatomy and physiology is not king in acupuncture. The most integral part to it is something called the five-element theory. The ancient Chinese believed that there were 5 elements that were present in all things and all people. And these elements were wood, fire, earth, metal, also translated as minerals, and water. And in this way, they saw the body as a sort of microcosm of the natural world. And all of these different elements were different manifestations of qi, or the life force. And each element was associated with a different organ, often called officials, as I mentioned earlier. And they called them officials because they likened them to officials working within a government, or like the larger system of your body, or like government workers in a city, essentially. In the Nanjing, a well-known ancient text on Chinese medicine, the heart is described as the minister and the monarch who excels through insight and understanding. So they viewed the body in a very holistic way that's very foreign to our Western ears. Now, the second part of the theory are the cycles and the way that the elements interact with one another. According to J.R. Worsley, a foremost expert on the theory, in his 3rd volume of his 1998 text, Classical Five-Element Acupuncture, the 2 chief cycles are the Shang and Ke cycle. And the Shang cycle is a cycle of creation and nourishment. Water, for example, nourishes wood. And the Ke cycle is a cycle of control. Earth controls wood like soil does the roots of a tree. And oftentimes these energetic relationships are related to the way that they view the elements interacting in nature itself. Now, I won't go into the long list of the relationships because it's very complex and there's many, but suffice it to say that there's a reason acupuncturists must study at least 3 years to even be able to take their certification test. Today, I have offered an overview of the system of healing of acupuncture, which involves Taoism, anatomy and physiology, and 5-element theory. At its core, the system works to balance the qi, or the life force, flowing throughout all people by stimulating certain points with fine needles. I hope that I have helped demystify this oftentimes obscure medicine system, and maybe even see you in my clinic one day. Thank you.